Good afternoon, book lovers of the internet. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Book Nerd 802, and in this video, I am going to be speaking about the books which I plan on completing during the month of May. We are already a week in, and I have 12 books, I think, lined up to show you during this video. Now, the first one is one which I am very soon done with. I have about 140 pages to go, and it is called The Magician of Tiger Castle by Lewis Sacker. And I got this from my trip to Wales from the Waterstones outlet in Llandudno. As you can see, I got the signed exclusive edition. This is just the dust jacket, by the way. I have the actual book over here. It is indeed a very, very special edition. The edges are sprayed, as you can see, they are completely lovely and very, very aesthetically pleasing to look at. And I am enjoying the story so far. A very, very slow start, and there genuinely doesn't seem to be much going on. But now that I am more than halfway through, the pace seems to be picking up. So, yeah, that was the first book I wanted to share with you that I plan on completing during the month of May. The second one is another by Frida McFadden called The Surrogate Mother. I started reading this one yesterday, and so far I've read about 12 pages. Not too much progress, but not bad either. I bought this one from the Works in Llandudno, Wales as well. And yeah, feel free to take a look at my videos about Frida McFadden just to fully figure out how much of a fan I am. The next one is called Universality by Natasha Brown. This one was one of the books, I'm not sure if it was shortlisted or longlisted for the Booker Prize of 2025, to my knowledge. But yeah, pretty good read so far. Quite a short and sweet read, thought provoking. I will, of course, be reviewing it on the channel once I am done with it. Next on the list is the third book in the Dexter series by Jeff Lindsay, Dexter in the Dark. Big fan of this series. I do love the comedic aspect, how funny Dexter is as a character, and how he acts coy around the people who he figures out can be quite threatening, and even with people he doesn't like much, he pretends like he doesn't know much. But yeah, ultimately he is quite a clever character. Next is Skullduggery Pleasant, Apocalypse Kings. Now, this is just a novella from the Skullduggery Pleasant world by Derek Landy, and I got this one for free, as a matter of fact, during my when I went to the Agenda Book Fair a couple of weeks ago, when I purchased a bunch of books at the same time. They gave this to me for free. In fact, it is only about 80 pages long, and I look forward to reading it because I am a big fan of Skullduggery Pleasant, and Derek Landy is one of my favorite childhood authors. I have a lot of nostalgia tied to the series. Next is a book in Maltese, which my dad gave me to read, and it's called L'Università Mafia by John P. Portelli, which loosely translates to The University is Mafia, just in case that wasn't clear enough. It's in Maltese, and I don't often review books in Maltese on my channel, but it is basically about a couple of decades ago, I believe, when the professors, the lecturers, the people working at the university, they decided to go on strike for some reason or other, and of course the students just hating on them, and the whole conflict which transpired from that. I am still I've only read a few chapters so far. I still don't have the full context, and if I have to be honest, it is rather confusing so far. I feel as though it is very decontextualized, and almost as though the author expects us to understand what happened so many years ago. It's not explained too well. Next is a book by Chuck Palahniuk called Choke. And as a matter of fact, this isn't the only Chuck Palahniuk book I have on my list for the month of May. I also plan on finishing Shock Induction by the same author. And Chuck Palahniuk, if you don't know yet, he is the author of Fight Club, which is an amazing movie as well. I read the book, I enjoyed it tremendously, and I do love his writing style. He does try to challenge the form as often as he can. He is quite a compelling writer, and I would highly recommend him. Next, we have a book by Jonas Jonasson, who is a Swedish author who is mostly known for his book, The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of His Window and Disappeared, which I read a couple of years ago, and I remember enjoying tremendously. He has a very good sense of humor as well, very satirical, very comedic kind of guy. This one is called The Distinctly Competent District Councillor. Just by the title alone, you should be able to tell how much of a funny guy Jonas tends to be. Next on the list is a book which I made more than one video about, and it's called, of course, Strange Buildings by Uketsu, the third book in the series and the thickest one yet. This one has about 400 pages. I've read the first part so far, and it's a very quick read. I am quite intrigued by the story so far, but for some reason I'm not as interested in reading this as quickly as I was with the first two. I do not really understand why. It's written well, it is translated well, and the illustrations are compelling as well, but it feels as though there is just more of the same. There isn't anything which I would consider to be particularly new. Next on the list is a manga volume, One Piece Volume 21. As a matter of fact, I've been watching the live action show and I've been reading the manga series as well. I am a massive fan of One Piece, and I've reviewed volumes 19 and 20 on the channel already, and I have yet to read volume 21 in order to complete this omnibus. And yeah, I definitely look forward to doing so. And I have the others as well. I think I have about 40 volumes in the series. Finally, I have Scott Pilgrim's Final Hour, which is the sixth book and the final book in the Scott Pilgrim series, the thickest one yet, as you can see. And I plan on reading this between today and tomorrow because I am going to have to return this to the library tomorrow. Otherwise, it will be late. But yeah, I think I mentioned it in my previous TBR video that I found a note in this book when I borrowed it. And yeah, I look forward to completing the series. I mean, I am not necessarily the target audience. I am not too much of a big fan of Scott Pilgrim, but I do want closure when it comes to the series by Brian Lee O'Malley, who is, I think, one of the first Canadian authors which I've ever been exposed to. But yeah, that is it from my end. Those are the books which I plan on reading, reviewing, and making a video about during the month of May. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Take a look at the rest of my content because why not? It's absolutely amazing. Let me know which book I should complete and review first on my channel in the comment section. Just give me a bit of a recommendation. Some help would be much appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Bye, guys.